points every day from 9:30 a.m. to 9:50 a.m. Remember, this is a program that is brought to you by young student mentors or public speakers from Kibabi University. I'm Dr. Brian Motivator.
I'm Mentor David.
I'm Mentor Owimo, the poet.
I'm Professor Tieno Brian.
I'm Mentor Amani Mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've realized that in life, no matter your academic qualification, whether you are a scholar or a school dropout, whether you are young or old, or no matter the leadership position that you have, no matter the amount of money in your bank account, no matter the color of your skin, no matter how high or short you are, people don't respect what you have. People respect your character. We've realized that character is being earned, character respect is not being given. And therefore, our topic for today is developing a good character. And the question is, how can we develop a good character? Therefore, I welcome Mentor Davis. He is academic mentor to share with us more on how we can develop a good character. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Mentor Brian. James Clear put it clear in his book, Atomic Habits. Your actions defines your character. So how can you develop good habits that will define your character? Habits are our daily activity that we do each and every day. You can do good habits to build a good character through the following ways. You can make that habit to be attractive to you. You can make that habit to be easy. You can make that habit to be obvious. Just the same way, if you want to build a house, you need bricks, you need sand. Habits are those bricks now which are put together to build that good house, which is a character. The glue that will seal these habits together in order to build that good character which you want is commitment. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to urge you, during the process or during this habit developing process, you must endeavor to do good habits and commit to them and ensure that every action you take is a vote to the type of person you want to be.
Thank you so much, Mentor Davis, for sharing with us on how we can develop our character through habits. Ladies and gentlemen, a great poem was written that watch your words because they become your thoughts. Watch your thoughts because they become your actions. And watch your actions because they become your habits. And watch your habits because they become your character. I want to give this opportunity to another poet, Mentor Elvis. He is blessed with potential in writing poems to share with us more ways of developing a good character.
Thank you very much, Dr. Brian and my fellow mentors. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to agree that good character is very key in the development of human in all aspects. It is good character that determines the quality of your life. It is good character that determines the quality of your environment and also the relationship between you and that particular environment that you live in. Allow me to talk about friends in relation to character development. An American author, an entrepreneur, and also one of the best public and motivational speakers by the name Emmanuel James Rohn, a man professionally known as Jim Rohn, learned that you are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. In other words, your characters are just the same as those of your friends, or rather, those people that spends most of your time. Just as an English African saying says that, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, the only difference between you and the people that spends most of your time is just the morphological makeup. But when it comes to character, they're the same. We have to understand that friends have got a great impact when it comes to our character development. Friends can have got that power either to add value or devalue our characters. They have got that power to model the characters that we have or erase them away completely. My fellow mentors, These few years that I have stayed on this earth, I have come to learn that if you want to be successful, spend your time with successful people or surround yourself with successful people. If you want to be happy, surround yourself with those people that are happy. If you want to be confident, surround yourself with confident people. If you want to be something, surround yourself with somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to develop a good character, surround yourself with people that exhibit good character. Just reflect, take a moment and reflect about those people that you spent most of your time with. Do they elevate you or drain you down? Do they motivate you or drain you? Do they have any impact on the characters that you want or not? Therefore, allow me share with you some of the 5 qualities, or rather the 5 types of friends that I found in one of the media platform clip that will help you grow your characters. One who knows all your weaknesses but doesn't judge you. One who knows all your strengths and will always want to build you in them. One who is where you want to be and will always help you grow. One who fights all your battles, even in your absence. Then lastly, one who spreads kindness even when everybody is absent. Those 5 will help your character to grow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mentor Elvis. Just to add on what Mentor Elvis has said, company is the same as environment. I just want to ask our viewers, what's your environment and what constitutes your environment? The same way you cannot take a fish from water and expect it to live on land, the same way you can't expect to build good habits and good character from a bad environment.
Those are great thoughts from the great poets that we have in the room, ladies and gentlemen. So when we talk about friendship and company, obviously we know that bad friends destroys good moral. The same way, bad company corrupts good characters. Therefore, remember the words of Zig Ziglar. He said that a bad character is like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere with it until you change it. Therefore, in your company or in a group of your friends, identify those friends with the bad characters. Do away with them. Erase them within you so that you can be able to move ahead towards developing a desirable character, a character that someone can gain something and learn something from. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my fellow mentors and mentees, and our beloved audience. I hope you are enjoying this mentorship talk show. Therefore, consider subscribe on this channel that you don't miss this show every Saturday. Drop your comment also as we continue the show. Those are great thoughts, and allow me to conclude on friends in terms of developing a good character. Birds of the same feathers flock together, and great thinkers in Africa say that show me your friend and I'll tell you your character. Truth is also being said that when a group of people gather together, 3 things will happen. 1, great minds discuss idea. Or 2, average mind discuss events. And lastly, the weak mind discuss other people. Therefore, my question to you is, what are your friends' mindset when you come together? Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to give this opportunity to the only professor in the room, Professor Brian, to share with us much more on developing a good character.
So grateful for this opportunity once more. Allow me talk about positive thinking as another key in developing a good character. Remember, a character is never built overnight. It is built over time. And therefore, there is power in your thinking, in whatever thing you are thinking, just as the same way we have powers in the words that we speak. Your inner voice will always direct your thinking. Remember, it is always also said that what you watch and also what you listen to defines what your character will be. And despite all this, our character is a composition of the books we read, the audio we listen to, as well as the experience of our past. But what really matters is the decision we make with what we've read, with what we've listened to, and also experience that we've had in our past life. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be such like a person who never thinks about developing a good character. Can you try as much as possible to be able to think about you can solve your past? Think about how you can be happy, as well as think about what things you don't have and you need to have them. Don't think otherwise or negatively, because these things will erode your positive thinking and therefore leading to developing a negative character. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have distractions to characters. Your character will be distracted with those things that you listen to, those things that you hear. But at the moment that you are listening to something, maybe a music, try as much as possible to absorb the message within the music. Don't just listen to the tune and the rhythm. Whenever you are reading something, also try as much as possible to be able to be focusing your thinking towards positive results. Try as much as possible to be able to develop good communication skills instead of developing something that will be of negative to you. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, let's try as much as possible also not to be slaves to these distractors. Once you become a slave to something, therefore you will be stagnating there and you will never have a progress. Try as much as possible never to be a slave to your friends. Don't be slave to the social media, because these are much of the things that really determine who we are and our personality. Therefore, they also determine our character. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the great professor in the room. I just want to leave our audience with this question. What are your thoughts? What do you normally think about yourself? Because your thoughts are your words are your actions, and your action builds your habits, and habits, these are the foundation to your character. So audience, what do you think most of the time?
To add a drop of water on what my fellow mentors and mentees have just shared, is that we are what we are today because of our thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, your best friend and your worst enemy are your thoughts. Perhaps this is why Brian Tracy, a well-known public speaker and an author, wrote a good book that changed your thinking and changed your life. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to talk about having a role model in developing a good character. Many people have wasted their life because of lack of role model. Many graduates have regretted the course they did because of lack of role models. Many leaders have made wrong decisions because of lack of role models. And maybe funnily enough, many couples are regretting about their marriages because they lacked role models. This shows the value of a role model in life. And perhaps this is why even people who are inspired by God cautioned us and told us that few counselors can mislead in decision making. And having many wise counselors will give you a better decision making. Oprah Winfrey will never be Oprah Winfrey, not today, without Maya Angelou. Nelson Mandela will not be a great leader that we know today without Walter Sisulu. And ladies and gentlemen, Bill Gates would have not been Bill Gates without Warren Buffett. Just to finish with the one of the youngest billionaire, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook will not be Mark Zuckerberg without Steve Jobs. Therefore, the question is, who is your mentor? Whose mentee are you, and who is your role model? Ladies and gentlemen, as you continue this show, I hope you are enjoying this show and you're making your weekend to be much lively and inspired. I want to give this opportunity to the silent gentleman, humble gentleman, to share with us much more on developing a good character.
Thank you very much for this opportunity as I join you in this great discussion. So allow me also to comment on how one can develop a good character. One of these ways is also setting up moral standards. Believe me, a human being is a social being. A human being cannot live independently. this person is a very funny creature, such that the human being rely on other people and also rely on the environment.
Yes.
So, fellow mentors, a human being, bearing in mind that is a dependent creature, cannot live without socializing, working with other people. And those people, of course, have got influence over their lives, over their habits, over their actions, and finally, over their character. So it is very clear that you need to set moral standards. So moral standards are just set of principles or rules that people have about certain kind of actions. They believe that those actions are wrong or are right. So in order for you now to develop a good character, you need to set moral standards. The moral standards usually guides your habits, they guides your behavior, and finally help you to develop now your dignity and guard your dignity. So you need to set up that standard that you decide that I'm not going to do this which is wrong. I'm going to do this which is right. And you're not going to be influenced by anybody to stop that principle. You are being guided by those principles that guides you now to follow what is right and actually remove those which are wrong. Those are what we call the moral standards. Once, a person by the name Jimmy Carter is another scientist. He said that we must adjust to the changing times and still hold to the unchanging principle. So it means that you must adjust to the changes that occurs in the society each and every day, but don't change your principle at all costs. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, the humble gentleman, mentor, Mark, for sharing with us, and also our fellow mentors and mentees to share with us. Our beloved audience, we must understand that dignity can be lost within a minute, but I want to assure you, regaining your dignity or character will take you years. Within our mentorship talk show family, remember we have poets, and we have one of the poets. This poet, I want to assure you, is blessed with the potential of writing poems, and therefore I welcome Mentor Elvis to give us a conclusion of a poem for this developing a good character.
Thank you very much, Dr. Brian. Of course, I've been thinking about some of the lines that can create an impact of stanzas to this session. Now, listen to the following. Lone life is as hard, for every soul survives only leaning on a good, strong, and healthy heart that guide every lane, revealing the path ahead. Good characters wins all, those that trickles from friends who smile, with great habits to guide every role, gallantly taking life's plea to model. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Our fellow mentors and mentees, I appreciate you all, and what can we tell our beloved audience?
We were born to inspire before we expire.
Thank you, our beloved audience, and we wish you a lovely, lovely weekend, and thank you for your support.